There are other classifications of pathways and circuits and pathways outside of Class A and Class B. Let's take 2 minutes to talk about Class C, D, and Class E. First one we're going to talk about, Class C. Class C is going to be utilized when we have multiple communication paths. Now, the paths themselves are not what is being monitored, but the communication is what is monitored. If there's a loss of communication, it's enunciated at either the panel or at the actual communication equipment. Perfect example of this, use of cellular or IP communicators, that's where we see Class C being utilized. Class D is another pathway. Now, you're not going to see Class D utilized in all instances with fire alarm equipment. Usually what we see Class D being used with is when we have a connection through a relay to another system. Class D pathway itself has a fail-safe operation. No pathway supervision is going to be done. However, a loss of circuit will operate the device. So here we have a fail-safe relay. Beyond the relay is our Class D circuit. The panel is powering the relay. While the relay is powered on, the device is doing its function. It's working. So for example, we're talking about air handler shutdown. The relay controls the air handler. In normal condition for the relay, the air handler is on. However, when we have an activation, we lose power to the relay. Once we have a loss of power to the relay, the controlled device no longer is going to be powered on. For HVAC shutdown, that's perfect because that's what we're trying to achieve, shutting down the air handling unit. So that's where you might see Class D being used. Class E is another pathway. Class E is not going to be monitored for integrity. Your common applications of Class E, interconnected control units that are closer than 20 feet from each other, computer keyboards, computer monitors that are going to be within 8 feet of each other. That would be a Class E pathway. Now, when we are using Class E pathways, they cannot affect the system function. If you're looking to learn more about other classification of pathways, classifications of circuits, log on to our website, nationaltrainingcenter.com. Check out the Brown Book. It's the codes written in plain English with in-depth explanation so you understand what the code's saying.